The part of our body that keeps us alive is the skeleton. We will demonstrate all of the human body's bones in this video. Our bodies are incomplete without bones. Support for the body's soft tissues, like bone marrow, which is contained within the bones, is one of the most important functions that bones perform in the human body. Protection of vital organs. The chest, for instance, protects the heart and lungs. Locomotion of the body. Because the majority of muscles are anchored in the bones, when the muscles contract, the bones are drawn in, creating a reservoir for minerals like calcium and phosphorus that supplies 99% of the body's needs. When most muscles are connected, bones are contracted, and thus movement is done. Mineral storage tank. What role do phosphorus and calcium play in the body? 99% of the calcium present in the human body is located in the bones, and as needed, this mineral is released into the bloodstream. In addition, inside the bones, there is a red bone that is connected with the red blood bone, which gives rise to blood cells, such as red blood cells, leukocytes, and platelets. The human skeleton is made up of the body's bones and is divided into the axial and appendicular skeletons. These structures are joined by the pelvis and scapula. In total, an adult man has 206 bones, 80 bones in the axial skeleton, and 126 bones in the appendicular skeleton. Let's go to them. The human body's central structure is the axial skeleton. It is formed by the cranial box, the vertebral box, and the thoracic box. The cranial box is formed by the bones of the head and face, the ears of the ear, and a bone in the neck. First, let's talk about the head and face. They are responsible for the protection of the brain, being formed by 8 bones of the head: frontal, parietal, temporal, occipital, sphenoid, and ethmoidal, and 14 bones of the face: zygomatic, nasal, lacrimal, vomer, lower nasal shell, maxilla, jaw, and palatine. Next, let's look at the bones of the ear. Anvil, hammer, and stirrup are the 3 bones that make up each ear. Did you know that the smallest bone in the human body is in the ear? The stripe, located in the middle of the ear, measures approximately 3 millimeters. Also, in the cranial region, there is a neck bone, iodine, which serves as a support point for the muscles of the tongue and neck. In the spine, we have a set of 33 vertebrae, one on top of the other, and interspersed by intervertebral. They are 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 dorsal or thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, 5 sacral vertebrae, and 4 coccygeal vertebrae. The rib cage is made up of 24 ribs and the outer bone. Now, let's take a look at the skeleton bone. It is formed by the scapula, the upper limbs, the pelvic girdle, and the lower limbs. Will we proceed? The scapula is formed by 2 clavicles and 2 scapulae, or the shoulder blades. The upper limbs are formed by 3 bones in each arm and forearm. They are the humerus, ulna, and radius. The bones of the hands are also found in the upper limbs. Each hand consists of 27 bones divided as follows. The carpal region, which are 8 bones that are arranged in 2 rows: pisiform, pyramidal, semilunar, scaphoid, trapezoid, trapezius, trapezoid, capitate, and yamato. The metacarpal, which is the region of the palm. There are 5 metacarpal bones in each hand. And finally, the phalanx. Each finger has 3 phalanxes: proximal, middle, and distal. Only the thumb has 2 phalanges, the proximal and distal phalanx. Hip waist, sacrum, and coccyx make up the pelvic girdle. The hip waist is made up of the ilium, ischium, and pubis bones fusion. Let's move on to the lower limbs now. They are formed by the bones of the leg and feet. In each leg we have 4 bones: femur, patellas, fibula, and tibia. The femur, located at the waist, is the largest bone in the human body, extending from the end of the hip to the knee. Last but not least, we have the feet. In each foot, we have 26 bones: 7 bones tarsal, calcaneal, talus, navicular, medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, lateral cuneiform, and cuboid, 5 metatarsals, and 14 phalanges. Proximal, middle, proximal, phalanges, but not all bones in the skeletal system. In addition to bones, The skeleton consists of cartilage, ligaments, and tendons. Tendons are fibrous, whose main function is to connect the muscles to the bones and thus help the movements and balance of the body. Ligaments are fibrous tissues that have the function of binding, connecting one bone to another, since they reinforce the stabilization of the joints and assist them in movements. Cartilaginous tissue can be found in the nose, ears, back, and pubic regions of the human body. We can also find it between the vertebrae or in the bone joints. Covering the bone joints, cushioning impacts and reducing friction between the bones, facilitating movement, and providing support and protection for certain body parts are the primary functions of cartilage. Now that we know the 206 bones of the human body, you also need to know that bones are responsible for approximately 15% of the body weight. A newborn has more bones than an adult male, approximately 300 bones. This is because in some regions of the baby's head, called fontanelles or mollies, over the years they come together, forming a single bone. Additionally, a man's and a woman's body structures are distinct. The pelvis of a woman is longer than that of a man, but most of the bones of a woman, as well as her wrist and jaw, are smaller and lighter than those of a man. The chest is smaller and the shoulders are narrower. Additionally, women's legs account for 50% of their height, while men's legs account for 56%. We've come to the end of one more video, folks. As we have seen, maintaining healthy bones is crucial because they are an essential part of our body. Therefore, do not forget D, including calcium in the diet. Sunbathing, because the vitamin D produced helps in the absorption of calcium. Practice physical activities to strengthen the bones. To strengthen the bones, strengthen your bones.